everyone, and to the Real Women of Philadelphia and Miss Paula Dean, welcome to my home. My name is Carrie Abear, and I'm from a small town in Louisiana called Moss Bluff. I have a theme in my life that I live by very strictly, and it's that of voluntary simplicity. And basically what that is that you live a life that is outwardly simple and inwardly rich. And I carry that theme throughout my entire life, especially in the area of cooking. Today, I plan on cooking a meal for you that I consider to be outwardly simple yet inwardly rich. And the name of that dish is pearl potatoes, and I'm very excited to share that with you today. So with that said, let's get into the kitchen. Come on in. Okay, so like I said, this is a dish called pearl potatoes, and this is something that I came up with just one day in my kitchen. I had a couple ingredients and I just started to combine different things and came up with something that was really awesome. So it's basically a potato hash, and it is made from red potatoes and purple potatoes. Those are my particular choice because they're consistent in texture and flavor, and I think that the purple potato adds just a little pop, makes it a little special. So I make a potato hash first, and then I infuse it with flavors of fresh cilantro, chopped cilantro, onion, ground thyme, and then salt and pepper to taste. And you can add more or less depending on what you prefer. So I get that mixture together, and then I form it into a little ball, and then inside of that ball I insert the magic jewel, which I call the pearl. And see, I made a couple pearls here. And what the pearl is it's basically just Philadelphia cream cheese, pure in its form, very simple, rolled into a small ball, which is the special pop to the entire dish. So you have the ball and you insert the pearl into the ball and form the rest of the ball around it. Then we're going to fry it up with a little bit of canola oil, just pan fry until it's golden brown and crispy. And then I'm going to be making a homemade, from scratch, cheese sauce. It's very creamy, and so when the potatoes come out and they're hot and crispy, we're going to top it with the cheese sauce, and it's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to go ahead and do first, I'm going to get my potatoes and I'm going to start to shred them. And before I shredded these, I actually boiled them until they were pretty much until they're al dente. Okay, so now I've finished shredding the potatoes. So this is what you want it to look like whenever you're finished. Here we have the purple potato mixture. And it's pretty good consistency. You really want to be careful not to overboil the purple potatoes because they tend to cook a little bit faster. And then here is the bowl of the red potatoes. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and even up these mixtures, and I'm going to be mixing in the diced onion and chopped cilantro and the spice mixture. So, I'm going to give a little to this guy right here. And the onions in here, I would say it's about 1.5 cups of onions chopped. And I usually do more red potatoes than purple potatoes because I like purple really to be the accent in the dish. And if you only have the red potatoes and you don't have purple potatoes, that's completely fine as well. You don't have to use those, but those are just my personal favorite. So if you want to come on in and take a closer look, what we're doing, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the cilantro mixture over. And this cilantro, I mean, if you could just smell it in the room right now, it's so fragrant. And it really makes a beautiful dish. And with cilantro, it is completely to your liking. You can add more if you want more pop of a flavor, or less if you like more of the mild flavor. But in this bowl is about 1/3 of a cup. And honestly, I would add just a little bit more if I were making it for my family, because my family loves spices. So now I'm going to be adding the thyme. And the thyme is about 1/2 teaspoon, like I said, more or less, either way, depending on your liking and your family's palate. And then salt and pepper to taste. I prefer sea salt. I like it, like I said, simple I think is more, and this is a very simple ingredient. And the crystals tend to be a little bit bigger. So when you come across a crystal, it's more of a bite of flavor, and that's what I really like about certain dishes. It's whenever you don't need to use a lot of ingredients, but the ones that you do use really count. And you want to kind of sprinkle it from the higher distance so you can get it evenly throughout. I personally like a lot of salt, especially with my potatoes. And I guess if you're on a low sodium diet, you could kind of tame it down in that area a little bit. But I, however, am not on a low sodium diet. Probably should be, but you know, I make up for it in other areas. So you just want to mix this around. And this is just so beautiful. I mean, really, a lot of times whenever I'm cooking, if I don't want to taste it, sometimes I'll just smell over the food, and it'll really just give me that sense of if I need to add a little bit more of this and that, or if it's just right. And it smells pretty amazing. So you just see the colors. Look how pretty. Okay, that's just right. We're going to make this up a little bit more. Okay, so we've got the two mixtures ready to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to make the potato pearls. So what you want to do, just have clean hands, of course. And you want to start to form your ball. Just like this, like a half circle. And I kind of make an impression with my finger to make a spot for the hole, for the pearl. So I'm going to go ahead and take a pearl and I'm going to place it into the half shell. And now I'm going to form the rest of the potato ball. So it's really like a surprise whenever they're all nice and fried up and you take a bite into it, because it's just so rich and creamy and just, it's delicious. Like I said, same thing, simple on the outside yet rich on the inside. So right here we have a couple of potato pearls, and I'm going to go ahead and get the grease hot, and then we're going to get these to fry them. Okay, so I've got my oil heated over medium high. It's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start my pearls. And what you want to do, you want to place it down into the oil and kind of give it a little spin so they won't stick to the bottom right away. And now the thing to know here, girls, is just set it and forget it. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of flour. Go ahead and sprinkle that in, and you need to kind of move quick. You whisk it around, come on over here, check it out. You want to whisk that. And then to that we're going to add some milk. About 2.5 cups. It's actually half and half. That makes it a lot better. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the cheese sauce. I've removed the pearls, and I've moved them to a plate with some napkins just to kind of drain the grease a little bit. So far I have in butter, flour, and half, and to that I'm going to add a mixture of 2 cheeses. I like Monterey Jack and sharp cheddar cheese. I like the sharp cheddar for the bite of flavor and the color. And I'm just going to kind of let that thicken up for a second. See? It's real creamy, the cheese sauce. See that? Now for my favorite time, plating and tasting. So here are my beautiful pearls. I'm going to arrange them. Alright, so now I'm going to get my delicious cheese sauce that I prepared, and basically just drizzle it over the top. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Smells amazing. So now I'm going to add a little garnish, and I saved some of the cilantro, and you can do however you like. Since it's a big plate, I'm just going to put kind of a big clump on there. There you have it, ladies. This is my dish of pearl potatoes, all made special by the special pearl inside with compliments of Philadelphia cream cheese. Now for the taste test. Very good. Right away you can taste the cilantro, the onion, salt and pepper with the taste of thyme. It's just perfect. I hope you like my dish. I hope you enjoyed spending a little bit of time in my kitchen. I hope it's a hit at your next dinner party. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.